Morning, guys. It's been a long few days, I'm telling you. Haven't had a chance to touch my car since the last video. Yeah, 12-hour long days is great, but someone's got to make the money. Anyway, I'm gonna do my best to get the engine out today. As I've come to realise that I can't just order a certain part for my engine, being the crankshaft. I need to send it away, get checked out, and then get done to it what I want done to it. Yeah, so I've managed to get a hold of the guys at Atomic Performance Parts, and they've agreed to help me out and do an alright deal for me. Yeah, so I need to get the engine out ASAP and yeah, get that sent away so that can get all checked out and refurbished, basically brand new. Yeah, they'll do all their little goodies to it and send it back to me in a couple of weeks after they've done. Yeah, so in the meantime, excuse me, I'm still waking up. And get in underneath here and get a few things done. I got to do today, this morning, before I hook this thing up and get it out. I remembered I still got to undo the oil return line down there for the turbo oil. Still got to undo the fuel line supply and get the flywheel bolts out, and then she should be right. If anything else comes up, I'll let you know. But before I do hook it up to the engine crane and pull it out, I'm going to set up my engine stand and yeah, we'll get to work from there. Okay, so right now I'm double checking to see whether I've got all the bolts out of the bell housing, and as you can quite clearly see, I do need to do the rear main seal. Some, yeah, definitely leaking, so definitely needs to be changed. Okay, just to go over the bolts in the bell housing for the gearbox to the engine. There are 6 13mm bolts across the bottom, and there are 6 19mm bolts across the top. As you can see, there are only 5. I've just double checked and I still need to take one out. The cross member for the gear bolts, 14mm, and an 8mm Allen key. So yeah, you'll also need to make up your own extension. As you can see there, mine's extremely long. You might be able to do shorter, but that is what it is. Anyway, I'm gonna get under here and get this last bolt out. No space under here. I'm gonna do the best I can to give you a look where this last bolt is, where I've got to get to. And that's him up here. Like I said, very limited space. So I'm gonna try and get him out. Not try, I'm gonna get him out. And then once I do that, I'm gonna lift the gearbox up and put the gearbox mount bolts back in and secure the gearbox. Alright, let's get to it. As you can see, I've now got 6 19mm bolts. And jump under and jack the gearbox up so I can put the cross member bolts back in, and the last couple of things I need to do. And also the flywheel bolts. But let's get this thing jacked up and bolted back in place. Ow. Make a personal note. Find any other way to do this. It will be so much easier and you'll have so much more space. I smashed my elbow getting that last bolt out and it is extremely sore. But let's persevere. Just as a note, 8mm Allen bolt goes towards the front of the car, the engine, and the 14mm goes towards the rear of the car. So let me cross member bolts back in for the gearbox. I'm going to give them a touch up with the breaker bar just to make sure they're all good. Yeah, breaker bars, the old knuckle dusters. Okay, now I'm going for the flywheel bolts. As you can see, there's a plastic cap. It's easy as just pulling it out. Awesome. Got a bolt straight there. Sweet. But otherwise, I'm gonna have to use the main bolt on the crankshaft in the harmonic balance to turn the crank and move to get to the other bolts. But otherwise, I might jam a screwdriver, long bladed screwdriver, up through this little insert here to jam the flywheel while I undo the bolts. Let's see what we do. I've got my long blade screwdriver up in there holding the flywheel so it won't move. I have already loosened this off a little bit, but might grab your ratchet to make things quite a bit easier. But yeah, and save myself having to get up from underneath the car 6 or 7 times, whatever. Might just try using another flat blade to move the flywheel. Should be alright. Got all 4 bolts out the flywheel. Just had it spinning to make sure there wasn't any more. I thought there was more than 4, but apparently not. Anyway, yeah, sweet, too easy. Right now, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do the starter motor. I want to save the oil and the fuel for last, so I don't have to get covered in crap for a while. Fuel supply, sorry, from over here. Be one of those 2. I will mark it before I take it off. But yeah, I'm getting there. Starter motor from the bottom is a 13mm. There is one there where you can see my socket, and there is another one just behind there. You can feel with your fingers I'm gonna suss that out, see how I can get to it, and I'll let you know the easiest way to do that. I've got the first bolt out. I'm not gonna bother about taking the power cable off, but this little black connection I need to take off so the harness can come out with the engine. So I'm gonna do that with a screwdriver, because for some reason it's on there pretty good and I can't get it. So just jam a screwdriver in there and pop him off like so, and there he is, all nice and free. And when I do get it out, I'm just going to sit it here on the power steering rack. Or maybe I might just put it on the floor, because I'm pretty sure that cable is long enough. It's not the standard power cable from factory. It has been swapped out, as the standard one was pretty icky when I done the turbo change. I sussed it all out and swapped it. So yeah, I might just put him off on the floor. Oh, and get that little zip tie there. Alright, let's keep going. Alright, as you can see, I've got the starter motor out. That was an absolute, that was an absolute mission of a thing to get out. Alright, she's out. I have to do something to try and make it easier to get to that top bolt, because that was seriously a mission. Now, do the supply fuel line while I'm here, which looks like it's this one, because it goes straight to the rail. And then one thing I forgot on this side as well, water pipes. So I'm going to undo this one from here, and then I'll simply try and just undo this one from here. Oh, what a mission. Nearly there. Last thing to do on that side is the oil return right there. So, let's get to it. Managed to remove the fuel supply from the bottom and the water pipe from the bottom here. I'm covered in quite a little bit of crap, as you can see on the floor there. And instead of undoing the water pipe from here, because for some reason that clamp is in a very, very odd place, I've just undone 12mm bolt from here, undone the 10mm bolt and cap here, and removed the water pipe from here. And oh my god, I'm surprised I haven't had any leaks, because as you can see, wow, she has seen better days, that gasket. Jesus. Alright, good thing I'm taking it out. Alright, let's keep going. I'll get that oil return line off, and then onto the engine mounts. Two shifters, and it's out. I've just undone the swivel piece off my adapter here. She's off. There was not a lot, just a little bit of oil that come out. I mean, you can see that's red, as I'd done a little bit of stuff with my gearbox earlier, a couple of weeks ago, but that's all, mainly all gearbox oil. There was like, I don't know, 5mm worth of engine oil that came out of my return line there. And no, there isn't gearbox oil in my engine, for those of you who want to think sarcastically. Like I said, if you noticed or remember from my other video, I just installed a trans oil temperature gauge in the car, and it required me to take lines apart for my auto and install this. Right, there's my auto cooler under there. So yes, anyway, all I gotta do now is engine mounts, and should be alright to come out. Let's add it. Alright, so the engine is finally sitting there freely. Kicked my ass again today. Everything just wants to mess around with me. Make me take my time anyway. 13mm bolts, 15mm nuts, and they're off. Now the engine's just gonna sit there while I go have a break, do some stuff, and get the engine sound together. Oh, been a mission of an afternoon. Had a few other things to do, so I didn't really get too much else done on this. I would have liked to have had the engine out, but whatever. It is what it is. Done a couple of things off camera. One being put my engine stand together. I was going to do it on film and sort of give you something to actually sort of watch, but yeah, I just threw it together quickly in the last hour, so I didn't have to waste time doing it tomorrow. Now, one thing I did forget on here is the power cord and connection, and both power cables that run to the alternator, auxiliary and power, whatever cables they are. They're now off there, and yeah, the biggest main thing of a engine removal, taking the hood off. I'll do that tomorrow quickly in the morning before I start ripping the engine out. Anyway, everything's set up for the morning. Like I just said, I'll take the bonnet off in the morning, and yeah, hopefully have this thing out, and by tomorrow afternoon have the engine ripped apart enough to have the crank set off to atomic performance parts. Now, like I said, afternoon's been a mission. I've yeah, had a couple of hold ups here and there, but everything's sort of on track, I guess. Yeah, stay tuned for tomorrow's video, and yeah, hopefully I'll have the rest of the engine torn down and pulled apart. And I will clean up this mess at some point. So yeah, hope you all enjoy your afternoon, your evening, whenever it is that you are watching this video. Drop me a couple of comments, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Peace.